Do heating and air companies have territories? Territories that they stick to and areas that they'll service versus other areas, depending on the brand they sell and the territories they're supposed to stick to. Let's talk about that in this video, and I think if you stick around to the end of this video, I may surprise you with something that may change the answer to this question. So first, let's just get into it. I had this question sent in to us last week. The customer was basically saying, look, I live in a small town. I don't have a lot of contractors in my area, and I almost kind of feel like there are territories that, you know, certain companies won't service my area. They're sticking to their territory and they won't service us. Ultimately, in my experience, now there may be a company out there that I'm not aware of. Maybe they do operate like some fast food chains where there are territories and things like that. But most of the heating and air manufacturers that I deal with and the parts that I get, there are no territories. Here in Virginia, no one tells me that I can't go to a certain town because there's another dealer in that area. And with some brands, there's multiple dealers in that town. I've been through some towns where you'll pass one brand X dealer and it seems like a mile down the road, there's another dealer selling the same brand. I have not dealt with anyone saying, Josh, you need to stick to your territory and not step on their toes. Now, I will say that there are some brands that to become a dealer, you got to jump through some hoops. The company may say, look, you've got to take these classes, get certified in this and that. They may say, if you want to sell our products, you need to do a certain amount of revenue or sell a certain amount of units. I have dealt with some of that. And the other thing is, some of these companies, to show up on their dealer locators, you know, so if you go to their website, they'll have a little area where they'll say, do you need service or do you need to find someone in your area that sells our brand? Click here and you put in your zip code and then they'll send you a list. So to be on those dealer locators, you a lot of times will have to put the zip codes that you service. And sometimes there's a restriction on that. So in my experience, a company might say, well, you send us 25 zip codes. Well, you might actually service 50 or 100 zip codes, depending on your area and how many zip codes per county and whatever. The point is, there are times when a company may not show up on the dealer locator for you, but that may be because they just couldn't put your zip code in there when they were doing the dealer locator and getting set up as a dealer for that company. But it doesn't mean they don't take care of you. It doesn't mean that you're in a territory that they can't service you. It's left up to the contractor typically, and the contractor can decide, hey, I'm going to service this area. I'm going to go anywhere within this radius of our shop or office, or I'm only going to service this city or these towns, whatever their restriction is. But I've never had a brand say to me, look, you can't take care of this area, or we're not going to let anyone else come into your area. I've never had a brand do that before. If you feel like you're in a smaller town or you're in an area and you're having trouble, maybe try a different route. Maybe try a different zip code and put that in the dealer locator, or just trying to go to other search engines, whether it be Google or Yelp or Better Business Bureau or wherever it is you're searching. You just might need to find a different avenue of finding that contractor. And the final thing I'll say that I think might surprise you is, a few years ago when I first started Griffin Air, I did have one particular brand that we had reached out to a couple different brands. I had just gotten started. I was trying a couple brands. I was also reaching out to a few others and just kind of seeing how things were going, figuring out who we wanted to hang our hat on. I did have a brand tell me, look, we make both of these brands. It's one manufacturer, but we make these two brands, and we're not going to let you sell this one because you're not big enough yet, but we'll let you sell this one until you're big enough. And then maybe you can graduate and sell our premium flagship brand. Same products, it's our top brand sort of thing. So maybe that's what you're dealing with. Maybe you have other companies in your area, but you don't think they take care of your brand, when in reality they do, or they sell something comparable. Look around, check with your neighbors. I'm sure that there's gotta be other avenues that maybe you just haven't found yet. And I wish you luck. Helping folks with our guide, we have had to help some of you folks out there that have lived in some of these towns where it's tough to find good contractors, and in some cases tough to even get someone to call you back. So I wish you luck with that. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.